I felt very grateful for the opportunity to tell the story of this woman. I don't know how many times I've passed the location of where her print shop is down on King Street, and there's a plaque there. So to be able to extract that plaque and to put it onto a bigger scale, it's a little bit more in your face to be able to put it in film. I think that process has been important, to be able to amplify this woman who has been so incredible in her life, the actions she had taken, but is underwhelmingly represented. I really wanted to have a conversation between two friends, and I wanted it to reflect some conversations that I've personally had, and they're not necessarily always as inspirational as this one turns out to be, but I also wanted to explore what they could be if each of us dove into learning and then made a point to share it between ourselves and amongst ourselves, because no one person is going to know everything, but the more that we can kind of like share that between each other and have conversations and find ways to uplift each other through the history that we have, the shared history that we have, I thought that was really important. The primary element to the film is this woman trying to find her place and trying to find her way of contributing, because not everyone is going to contribute in the same way, and there might be something that seems most pertinent at the time, and it might not be the way you feel is the most impactful for you, and you might have something else within you that can really leave an impact, and you have to find what that is and pursue that and share that.
They believed the more people were educated, the better decisions they would make.
For me, the awakening was how important it was to educate ourselves and how accessible that education is. When I went to Mackenzie House, and the people there are so incredibly knowledgeable. And I didn't just have, I was given specific access. They're there with this wealth of knowledge, and they can send you down these rabbit holes. The awakenings process was important to remind myself that, looking forward is important, but you really need to know what came before, and you can. Historical trauma is so present in everything that we do. It's the idea that of building a house on a weak foundation. Everything we do today is still built on this rickety foundation. So it's impossible. I don't want to say impossible because it sounds very nihilistic, but it's like it is very challenging to escape these historical traumas. They will always be a part of us, and they're always influencing our present day and our actions. And the house will take a long time to not be shifted or tilted or imbalanced. So for me, as a Black woman today, I feel it more some days than others. I feel like there are some days where you can kind of put yourself in a bubble, and there are some days where you feel completely exposed and super vulnerable.
I think we have to decide what we're telling. If it's just the history lesson or it's the story of these friends that we tell the history lesson through. Are you familiar with the book Save the Cat?
Yeah.
Go back at that and fill in your beat sheet and make sure your beat sheet is, you understand?
Right.
What are the story we're telling? Because ultimately it's the emotional story. Somehow movies and stories are supposed to say, ultimately what the stories say is that there's your life, the universe will provide you with an adventure that will not only, but it's not about the adventure. If something's going on with you.
He was really great. I love directness, and he's super direct, and he's clear and concise, and he gave advice that was actionable. It didn't feel like it was subjective or like, you know, you can get kind of two kinds of advice of like, oh, I didn't really like it, or you can get, you know, look into ABC qualities of your project and how are they fulfilling your overall vision. Yeah, I thought it was a great experience. I thought it was really cool. These conversations are important and they're necessary, but they're not ever going to be as effective as action. You can find actions you can do within your community and within your pods, and you can really do something. You can do something.
Something from your soul. Then you'll create change.